All right, hey, it's Spaceward Bird. Welcome to another YouTube video playing some video games today. Today, of course, we're playing some NBA 2K20, playing some MyTeam, and today a sniping and MT making video. Yes, we know how much you guys like these. And with all of our sniping and MT making vids, we show our snipes. We show the filters we use to get the snipes, and then we show you our auction house results. Imagine an MT making vid any other way. But today's video, a little different. With our sniping vids, we always get asked, well, how long were you on that filter for? So today's vid, we thought we'd work the auction for exactly 1 hour and see what kind of snipes we could get. And the snipes, we'll definitely share them with you. We've had some huge snipes this season. We always share them on our Twitter account. Here's where you can find us on Twitter. Make sure you give us a follow. Got a Kawhi Leonard for 500 MT. Flip that card for 500,000 MT. Also sniped an Opal LaMelo Ball for 100,000 MT. The card at the time was selling for 1.5 million. Another big snipe. Opal Rashard Lewis. This snipe on PS4 got the card for 85,000 MT. Flipped the card for 1.5 million as well. And then there was that day where we sniped not one, not two, but three Galaxy Opal Lamar Odoms, and the day the card was released, flipped each card for a 500,000 MT. These snipes also on PlayStation. Now, most of the top tier snipes, we're getting them on days when new content is released. No question, the best day to work the auction house. It's when the auction is going to be the most active. So we made some time this past Friday afternoon to work the auction. Why? 2K released the final Prime Series 3 content, so we got after it. We wanted to see how many snipes we could get within that 1 hour. Then how much profit could we make from our sniping efforts? And one of the reasons why we're posting the video today here on Sunday evening and not Friday after we got the snipes, we waited to sell these cards today. And when the auction house had settled down and pricing had recovered. Let's get you started here first with the snipe filter. We used that bottom feeding opal filter. Not familiar with it? We featured it in a vid a couple of weeks ago. If you missed that video, make sure you go check it out. It's a good one. There'll be a link to it in the video description below, as well as the comment section. The snipe filter, the settings are simple. We're setting our card color to opal, and then adjusting our minimum and maximum buy now price range. 500 MT is what we're starting at, and then setting our max buy to 10% less than whatever the cheapest opal is up for. Cheapest opal that was up on Friday afternoon was no surprise, Opal Takeover Larry Hughes, and was starting at 28,000 MT. Now, once the filter was set, we're spamming that refresh and buying anything that popped up, knowing that we'll be able to safely flip the card for a profit. Now, using the filter for an hour, never know what you're going to find. A Galaxy Opal LeBron James? That's what we're hoping for. Using this filter on the day when 2K dropped the out of position 2 set, Party Peak got an Opal Bill Russell for 10,000 MT. It was a nice surprise. The card at the time was selling for 150,000 MT. So getting started, 1 hour of sniping the console, PS4. Our first snipe we got was an Opal Gary Payton for 22,050 MT. And the card too was equipped with a diamond contract, which will definitely add some value to the card. So not a bad start. Then just chilling, spamming that refresh. Watching Hulu or Netflix definitely helps. Then about 10 minutes into our hour of sniping, got 2 snipes on 1 refresh. Yeah, one snipe just a little better than the other, but both solid. Galaxy Opal next, Cole Anthony for 2,900 MT, and then a Galaxy Opal Takeover Jason Kidd for 25,000 MT. Now, Kidd's price was down on Friday, but this was still a snipe. 25,000 MT was at the very top end of our buy now price range, but had no issue buying Kidd for this price, knowing that we'd still be able to flip it later this weekend for a solid profit. Going to show you our auction house results here at the end of the video because we got more snipes. Here at Galaxy Opal fan favorite 2, Jeremy Lin, 24,350 MT. Yeah, another snipe that just snuck into the top end of our buy now price range. That snipe was about 30 minutes into our hour of sniping. And then we got not 1, but 2 Jason Kidds after 1 refresh. One for 25,000 MT and the other for 24,950 MT. Also sniped a Galaxy Opal Takeover Larry Hughes for 23,150 MT. Not a huge snipe, but we knew we could flip it and still make a profit. Then we did find a new Prime Series 3 card during our 60 minutes of sniping. Opal LeBron? No. An Opal VIP Chris Paul for 25,000 MT, but still a decent snipe. And then we finished up the hour with a Prime Series 3 snipe. No, not a LeBron, not an Opal Luka. Had a diamond contract though, and a quality diamond Nike shoe. Now, did we just sit on that filter for a solid hour spamming the refresh? No, that would be extremely boring. Now, sometimes to mix it up, we'll run some TTO, but for this particular hour of sniping, we did not. But we did mess around with some bid sniping on some lower tier cards. Here, a couple of buzzer beaters. Yeah, the winning bid, you could say, made at the buzzer. Tony Kukoc, a winning bid of 2,800 MT, and a second diamond buzzer beater, Tony Kukoc. Yeah, a last second bid made, and the card won for 3,250 MT. love bid sniping, and love flipping Diamond Flash Michael Jordans. These cards always have value and demand, and here got one with a last-second winning bid of 4,500 MT. And also just searching the card, found one for 4,950 MT. So with 1 hour of work in the 2K auction house, managed to snipe an opal Gary Payton, 3 opal takeover Jason Kids, an opal next Cole Anthony, yeah, that was the snipe for 2,900 MT, fan favorite Jeremy Lin, an evo takeover opal Larry Hughes, the new opal Prime Series 3 VIP Chris Paul, and then at the very end of the hour, sniped that opal Luca with a diamond contract and quality diamond Nike. And then we snuck in those few winning bid snipes, the 2 Tony Kukoc diamond buzzer beaters, and a Flash MJ, and then we also found that diamond Flash MJ for a good price to flip. So that was the haul, and instead of selling the cards on Friday, we waited until today, for the prices to recover, and had no issue flipping any of these cards today for a profit. How much MT? We're going to take a look at that here in just a sec. And also in our auction house results, you're going to see a few cards that we found from some spotlight sets and a moments of the week set that had value. And we talked about these sets in our vid from yesterday, a check your collection video. If you missed that video, make sure you go check it out. You may have some cards in your collection that you didn't know had value, hidden value. Why do these cards have hidden value? They are rare cards that are needed to complete sets. This pink diamond Gary Payton, this is a card from the Spotlight Kareem set. Picked it up for 33,400 MT and then flipped it for 52,950 MT. Also found a gold Zach LaVine for 2,350 MT, flipped it for 6,250. Zach LaVine from the Spotlight KG set. And then just kind of scrolling around here and found a diamond Kyle Lowry for 1,700 MT. Flipped this card for 11,000 MT. Now those cards were not sniped during our 1 hour of sniping from Friday afternoon. Let's look at what those cards sold for and then add up the profit. Now, the 2 diamond Flash MJs sold for 10,000 MT each. The 2 Tony Kukoc cards. One sold for 9,000 MT, the other for 11. Opal Gary Payton sold for 40,000 MT. Cole Anthony sold for 42. Luca sold for just under 150,000 MT. And then sold 2 of the 3 Jason Kids for 37,000 MT. The other sold for 35. And that Larry Hughes sold for 30,000 MT. Jeremy Lin sold for 41,450. And that Chris Paul sold for 37,000 MT. So total profit came in at just under 150,000 MT. Not bad for an hour's worth of work. Now, hopefully today's vid shed some light on how we're working the auction house. Playing the MyTeam game mode, no money spent. Any questions? Leave them in the comment section below. Always happy to help out. Help us out by leaving a like on this video. Definitely helps our YouTube channel and your way of saying you appreciate our effort uploading quality MyTeam no money spent YouTube vids. And sub if you're new. Only rolling no money spent. For Party Pete, this is Space. Good luck sniping. We're out.